Today's block is called Road to Oklahoma, and this is an 8-inch block. Now, I haven't had an 8-inch block in a while, and the reason I did this is so you can use your 2.5-inch strips if you wanted to make a quilt from this block. And here is the diagram, and I'll go over the pieces in just a minute. I want to show you the block. Here's the block, and it's not very much on its own. This is from a scrap exchange or a block exchange I did with my guild probably over 20 years ago. And this was when plaids were all the rage and plaids were everywhere. So we did a block exchange using mostly plaids. And this block is not very much as you look at it now, but if you put 4 together, you get this. And I think this is amazing. And here, this is also leftovers from that block exchange. What we did was we used plaids in the background, and we used regular quilting fabric in the little chain pieces here that make the diagonals. And then we used all dark blues for the stars. And this is a really neat quilt when it's all done. And you can do it in any kind of fabric you want. You don't have to do it in plaids. Here is a drawing or a diagram of a quilt, and this quilt is 64 by 80, and it takes 80 blocks. I'm going to go over the cutting for one block like I usually do, just because that's my habit. And then I'm going to show you how you can make 4 blocks with the fabric strips for the 4 patches. Now, if you look at the block, it is 2 4 patches, one up here and one down here, and then these 2 half square triangles and then squares. So to cut, you need a 2-inch finished square, and that is patch A. You're going to cut it 2.5 inches square. And these are the number of patches you need. And this is a variety. I did different fabrics on the mock-up. So you can use 1 fabric for the chain, and you can use 2, 3, whatever fabrics you want for the blues here, as long as you pick a color or make sure they're always dark, however you want to do it. And the second patch B is a 2-inch finished half square triangle, and you're going to cut 2 7/8 inch squares and cut them in half diagonally once. You'll need 4 for the background in the half square triangles, and you'll need 4 for the half square triangles. Here I've shown 2 different fabrics, so 1 fabric here and 1 fabric here. And that's all it is squares and half square triangles. And then this tells you how to piece the 4 patches, then how to piece the star point unit. Now if you go down here, you can make 4 blocks, identical blocks, if you use this information here. So the light fabric, you'll take 1 strip that's 2.5 inches times the width of fabric, and then you'll cut also from that light fabric, you'll cut a 5 3/4 inch square. And this method uses strip piecing, and it uses the 8 at a time half square triangles. So that's what your square is for. And then the medium fabric, you're going to have another strip that's 2.5 inches times the width of fabric. So your light and your medium fabric will make the 4 patches. And then the dark fabric, you have 8 2.5 inch squares and 2 5 3/4 inch squares. That will be for your half square triangles. And then this just tells you how to make the half square triangles and then the strip piecing. This is just a way for you to use up your scraps, and if you have strips, you can do it that way. You can use partial strips however you like. And then this tells you the fabric requirements for a 64 by 80 inch quilt, how much fabric you'll need of each. And it can be assorted, it can be 1 fabric, however you like. And here on the back is your coloring, and then here is 4 blocks put together. Here are the fabrics I've chosen for the demo block. It's going to have a white background, so this is patch A, and then it will have a red chain going across the diagonal. That is a square as well. And then these 2 squares are for the star points. And our patch B is the half square triangles for the star points. Now let's put the block together. Thanks for watching.